Hello, my fellow Americans and fellow Christians, and thank you for joining me for one more day of the Word of the Lord here in the United States of America. My fellow Americans, we are now involved in 3 wars in the Middle East. This is a great warning sign for all of us here in America. War is becoming a natural activity to Americans, and we have become desensitized to the destruction war brings. When any nation is a warring nation, the outcome is usually eventual annihilation. Irregardless if you believe in our good Lord or not, there was a prediction of what the last days would be like on earth. Our Lord mentioned the last days would be as the days of Noah. Now there was the escalation of violence in the days of Noah, much like what we are witnessing today. The scriptures in Genesis 6 say, "Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight, and the earth was filled with violence. And God saw the earth, and behold, it was corrupt. For all flesh had corrupted their way on the earth. And God said to Noah, I have determined to make an end of all flesh, for the earth is filled with violence through them." This is a sobering word to us. My fellow Americans, when we choose war and use violence as a cause and effective accomplishment, we then become as an unprincipled tyrant. We are in need of a great healing here in America. These warlike political actions we are witnessing are obstacles in the American consciousness, denying the central theme of our national identity of we the people. Let me explain. We all have the right to act to one's own dictates of conscience, respecting the authentic freedom of all men. This is what our Constitution implies, and in this medium today, I am speaking to you through the freedom of speech that is granted through the Constitution, making a public argument about the warlike values which seems to be driving our nation. If I am not permitted to make such arguments about our national values, then collective moral relativism would become the civil authority, eliminating my opinion. If I was not able to express my views, then collective moral relativism of war would be the dominating force of the national consciousness and become the only authority of national policy, which I believe is slowly becoming the stamp of America. The national policy of using war as a tool of effect to drown alternative views we do not believe in borderlines on a corrupt power of dominance seeking complete control. Fearful of the unknown and not willing to allow men and nations to choose their own destiny. This is almost all too obvious when we take time to view our current foreign and national policies. When moral relativism of the violence of war is in power, the Constitution is still honored, cherished, and loved. The freedom of man is the trumpet call. Free speech is still intact. But these virtues are outweighed and overruled by the moral relativism of war as a necessary national policy to stay in control. This is a grave danger to the welfare and common purpose of our nation and the freedom of all men throughout the world. Though all Americans consider themselves free, they unknowingly are under the national policy of a warring nation, not only here in America, but worldwide. When the national policy of war and violence becomes the sole authority, it then has the free ability to any time violate basic human rights at home and abroad. This is what we are in danger of here today. Thus, our warring nation becomes defended as a governmental right. It is no longer we the people of the United States in order to form a more perfect union. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.